Welcome to the Kaiser Report. I'm Max Kaiser. French novelist André Malraux said, man is not what he thinks he is. He is what he hides. In that case, the EU is nothing more than a corporatist monopolist loving intellectual land grabber. For that which the EU hides, it's a secret lobbyist written trade deal called TTIP. TTIP. The Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership. Stacey.
There's also TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership. So there's a lot of secret trade deals happening at the moment where nobody is allowed to look at that except for those writing it. And apparently it's mostly lobbyists and the likes of like Hillary Clinton when she was Secretary of State, and she was all for it. But the voters apparently don't like this, so you have to be shush about them. So first we're going to look at what's happening in Japan. Has gone unnoticed in the past week, but here's a headline. Abe ready to set aside TPP ratification for now to preserve standing in polls. So there's an election coming up this summer in Japan for the upper house, and Abe's party, the LDP, they do not want to lose any seats, and there's a huge surge in the anti-TPP feeling amongst the populace. So he's ordered his, the people, the parliamentarians to not push ratification at this moment because he doesn't want to lose seats, because the population doesn't like the deal. So he'll do the deal after the election.
Okay, so that's fraud. He's defrauding the Japanese people. Do the Japanese people, we don't talk about the Japanese people much.
That's because I don't read Japanese and I don't know.
It's the second biggest economy in the world, I still think.
I
think it's China.
Or third.
Second or third. The yen is a highly traded currency in the world. We never talk about it. I think it's just because they've never really graduated from being a vassal state of America after World War II. It's kind of like the 51st state.
Yeah.
So there's not much to say about Japan.
So Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has instructed the coalition not to forcibly proceed with the TPP deliberations. He is thought to fear a voter backlash in the upper house election this summer. You mentioned Europe at the top of the show because I wrote that piece. And in Europe, you find the same sort of thing is that, MEPs are not even allowed to read the text of the TTIP deal without special permission, and there's all sorts of security measures they have to go through for this. And yet the actual guys who are writing TTIP are saying that it's the most transparent trade deal ever done. And on the other side, you have things like the referendum in Holland that happened where they voted against the EU-Ukraine Association Agreement. And yet that goes unmentioned. Like, nobody even wants to explore it once it becomes public.
Well, the Dutch are known for their non-conformity, and the Japanese are known for their conformity, right? They're not innovators, they're copy. They copy.
But we all become the same in these global secret trade deals.
The Dutch, at least, have enough presence of mind to at least, recognize this recent referendum as being, stupid.
But Malraux said, we are what we hide. So we either hide it in secret trade deals that only a select lobbyist and a few unelected officials are allowed to look at, or we hide it by the media not covering it. Here we had an open public referendum that the media refuses to discuss. So they're hiding it from conversation. They're hiding it from debate. We are what we hide. We're hiding certain things. And it's important to look at what we hide and what we choose not to discuss.
Who's making those decisions?
In the case of these trade deals,
the corporations.
The corporations and the likes of, say, Obama, who's really pushing hard for this TPP deal. The Republicans gave him fast-track privilege to sign this deal, but nobody's actually looked at it.
Based on the failure of NAFTA and these other trade deals, how do they get away with introducing yet another one-way trade operation that's going to bankrupt millions and make a few oligarchs and plutocrats richer?
So in Japan, in the Diet or the Diet, whatever you call their parliament, so these parties are being asked to ratify this, but they're not allowed to read the text. So the records of TPP negotiations